Howard's End BBC One iPlayer Love, Lies Records BBC One iPlayer Peaky Blinders BBC Two iPlayer Gregory Porter's Popular Voices BBC Four iPlayer The Christmas Ads. Sometimes I feel we are so swathed in cant, argot, jargon, hypocrisy, sanctimoniousness, that I long for someone to tell me my ideas are too sheltered and academic. Amen to that, dear Meg. Just throw in an appalling eagerness to take offense on behalf of others and we could be among the inflamed sensitivities of today. But this was written in 1910. Howard's End, known to some as Forster's finest work, and certainly his most head-scratching as regards absent apostrophes, though I did mean to spell cant that way, has been adapted once again, and looks to be a winner. Oscar fresh Kenneth Lonergan has adapted Old Eddie's book at Pell pace, which might lose some of the languid frock frippery, thank the saints, but does mean that we get, rather than just another Sunday night Edwardian bonnet Ampex fest, a faithful and, crucially, intellectual exploration of Forster's many pecks at the soul of Britishness, at least Englishness, and of love. As the Schlegel's European, progressive fun, angsty renew their acquaintanceship with the Wilcoxes' stuffy, illiberal, moneyed. We get so many musings on class, race, equality, modernity, privilege and the puncturing of ideas that it sometimes feels like the Brexit debate gone right, gone beautiful. We've yet to encounter Forster's famous dictum to only connect to there to reach out, if ever so tentatively, to the lives of others, to inhale some sense of their existence. But we will, it's a four-parter, and already it feels urgently fresh. On first sight, a triumph. And if it's to be so, it will come carried mainly by the skills of a sublime Hayley Atwell as Margaret Meg Schlegel, Philippa Coulthard as flighty Sis Helen, and, too briefly, Julia Ormond as Mrs. Wilcox. Casting is generally great, and includes young Alex Lawther, whose phenomenal turn in The End of the World is still available on all four, but mystifying in the case of Tracy Ullman, who erred on the right side by playing Aunt Julie as straight rather than comedic, but only just. Perhaps she's just on a big fat contract to the Beeb, who might be beginning to feel they're not getting absolutely tip-top value out of her eponymous shows. They'd be right. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all human life is here. Ashley Jensen and Rebecca fronting Kamella's Love, Lies Records. Photograph Ben Blackalb Crowlham Productions. Love, Lies Records has popped up relatively unheralded, despite being from the pen of Kamella, and thus comes as an unlooked-for delight. This BBC One six-parter sets out its stall pretty quickly and rather excitingly. Ashley Jensen plays a smart cookie with a mildly troubled life who within the first minute has called the police about a burglar. Frustrated at the laconic response, she tells them never to mind, she'll just fetch her husband's gun, an anecdote doing the rounds about 5 years ago, and sure to have come to Mella's ears. Within the second minute the police are, sweatingly, there. We've established that her live-in partner is also a cop, father to the misunderstood burglar stepson, and the third minute has Ashley's Kate off to her exciting job at a Leeds register office. Smartly, Mella realized on one visit to the self-same office that the average day of the registrars must contain at least as much drama as many lives, and more than most. They usher people into this world, usher them together, usher them out thanks to citizenship tests, now usher them into the country. Mella has, I'm sure, taken mild liberties with the actual amount of drama clogging the register office at Leeds Town Hall. On your average day, within an 8-hour shift we get a controversial promotion, a transgender coming out, an emergency marriage in a cancer hospice, an intriguing subplot on coerced marriage, and a foul play piece of blackmail from Rebecca Front, of all people, playing Wandery and Spitey against type, but she's a dramatist, she takes liberties. Jensen is sharp, subtle, ever emotive after extras, Ugly Betty and Catastrophe. I don't even know whether she needs a breakout role, but this is it. And I'm not often heart-tugged, but the brave beauty of the cancer bride mother had me dry-mouthed, dampied. A grand idea, roundly realized. Yet highlight of the week among many was the return of Peaky Blinders, a show I have quite unaccountably never loved. That admission now baffles and retrospectively angers me. Admittedly, the last season was a little so-so, but goodness, aren't we back with many bangs and whimpers and a couple of true gut thump shocks. The moment Nick Cave's red right hand kicks in still thrills, of course. and Helen McCrory and Cillian Murphy still bestride every scene, but there's also, now, a truly chilling Adrian Brody as an ultimately semi-honorable New York Sicilian, complete with toothpick. It's a part his face was born to play. I've aired 3 episodes now of season 4 and I'm hooked as if to crack cocaine. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, nobody does it better. Gregory Porter. Photograph Ben Worley, BBC. It is rare indeed to find a program in which Enrico Caruso and Freddie Mercury can be seamlessly sewn between footage of Mahalia Jackson, Mariah Carey and Ella Fitzgerald and be made to work, but Gregory Porter, with his trademark Kappa summer Spitfire with a modified strap for facial scars incurred at an early age, I think you'll find managed the trick with immense style. Turns out our Greg can't just carry a tune, but an entire audience, over an hour, the first of 3. He's a wondery easy companion on this clever journey through, variously, showstoppers, crooners and the truth-telling growl. One of the best slices of musical history I've ever encountered. John Lewis Christmas ad accused of plagiarism by Mr. Underbed author. Read more. A brief word about those Christmas ads. I reckon we've been a little built on the John Lewis one. Sure enough, an adorable kid, a cutesy fat monster, mixed-race parents, 4 months in the making, a budget the size of Yemen's remaining economy, and all they have forgotten, oops, is any imagination, creativity and narrative. Is it just enough these days to put in a cute child and a fat, safe monster? Apparently so. My winner is Waitrose stylishly monochrome, Yorkshire's Tan Hill. In Snowdon and Powercut all rally round with candles and Aga and, doubtless mildly sloshed, pick up their knives to tuck in. Suddenly, infuriatingly, rescued from a tremendous meal and a Lockian. I'd have swung at the dog-eaters with their own crampons. Tesco's is celebratory enough, yet has garnered a predictable backlash over its depictions of Sikhs and Muslims with some presents, just trying to help Whitey enjoy Christmas died. There have been threats to boycott Tesco. I marvel that they didn't think, with a big fat PR machine, about this earlier, about the backlash which wins Tesco many headlines, but, still, boycott, good. I won't have to see your wet-lipped, racist faces when I dash in for the forgotten double cream. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Watch the Waitrose Christmas advert. The near-actionable turkey is that Curry SPC world thing which begins with parents telling 3 increasingly torn-faced brats that they've decided on a traditional Christmas, sitting round the fire, singing carols, having conversations. My heart, I'm unashamed to say, leapt gullibly. Suddenly Dad breaks into guffaws on his big pie face. They're joking, of course, and Mum leads them all next door to the unveiling of an LG OLED 4K TV. With perfect black in color, and with Dolby Atmos 360-degree sound. It's what Christmas is all about. Wow, and there you have it. I don't care whether that last line was meant cleverly, knowingly or not, some bastard still just hit peak Christmas cynical, the rancid cacod I'm on leaping to the top of the tree.